Natalie.
Right, are we in business?
Action.
Hello there. Right, it's looking like an engine, you know. It's looking like an engine that might just get us on holiday. Right, quick things. The crankshaft went in. Little tip from Jack. He's our favourite man at the moment. When you put the bearings in, before you put the bearings in on the crankshaft, the ones that you can take off the two end ones, put them in the hole, line up the dowel, scratch them with a screwdriver, fine screwdriver. Then when you put the crank in with them on the ends, you know where it needs to go to line up with the little dowel. Otherwise it's very fiddly. So you do it on these two end ones, and then all you've got to worry about is this one in the middle, which was put on when the timing gear was heated up and put on. So those two will be okay. The middle one can't be wrong because it's split, you can't get that wrong. But this one will be the only one you worry about, whereas if you don't do that, you fiddle here, fiddle there, you don't know if you got them in, and then when you go to tighten it all up, it'll all just go tight and it won't work. Camshaft's gone in. Don't forget, there's the Coke bottle top, and it is a Coke bottle top, I believe, and that goes in the case at the end. Don't forget, put that in. That one's still glued in there, so we're going to leave it. We're just going to put the black nasty goo around this case and leave that set. But you could take it out and clean it and put it back in, but I tell you something, it looks pretty good goo to me, and Volkswagen used it, it'll probably be alright. The only other thing, oh yeah, thank you my assistant, one day you will be as good as the master. The timing is very important. Get this wrong and you might as well just take it straight to the scrapyard or put it on eBay and say it was a good runner till you change the points, and hope that people will think that that's what you've done, where you've been a lying right toe rag and done something wrong and said nothing about it. 2 dots on the gear on the crankshaft and 1 dot on the gear on the camshaft. 2 dots either side of the dot on that one. So
did we put them in, or were they like that?
No, they're already on.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you could have put a few extra dots just for reference, but that would have made matters worse, and people would get things wrong then, don't they? We've put all these conrods on the right way this time, because whoever had it with the bits before us didn't. All the numbers are all together, and all the numbers are facing up. Now this is in the crankcase side, because which side of the crankcase are you using? I can hear you say that. We're using...
it's got the shallow kind of... that's how I look at it.
It's got the shallow scoop for the air breather instead of the big one. And if you get it in that side, then all you got to do is lift that on top. We've got we've got the cam bearings in as well. That's an important thing. They actually are self-explanatory because they've got offset tangs. That's a good word, isn't it? Tang. Hey, tang. So if you get the tangs right, they'll only go in one way. And also you've got the little coloured bits where the oil's marked the case, so you know it's right if the holes match up. And on this one, we've got a one with a couple of little side faces, which is basically the thrust to stop it going backwards and forwards. That one goes on this saddle because it's the only saddle it'll fit on. And it don't have no tangs because it uses the tang on the other side. That's it really. And our cam's a little bit worn. I mean, hey, you've got to cut corners somewhere, so we're going to put the cam back in. I mean, there's enough lobe there to open the valves. We'll get 30 mile an hour out of it, and at least 10 to the gallon, but these things are quite expensive. We're going to reuse this one. We're going to recycle. But next time it comes down, if it ever needs coming down, it definitely needs a new camshaft in this one. But you'll have probably engines the same as ours. Half the bits are worn past use, but they're still going back in, aren't they?
Do we need a celery sticks or anything?
What?
Celery sticks? No?
Oh yeah.
Is there something worthwhile mentioning?
Yeah, grasshopper. Yeah, we've got the celery sticks. We call them celery. The little bits of plastic which stop the bolts dropping through like that. They're also very clever in that they locate the bolts centrally and give you an extra thing to get the cases to join up and centralise, because they guide them in. I mean, we've renewed one because we thought, hey, we don't want to renew them all. One's the only one that looked a bit rough and it fell to bits. The rest are okay, so they're going back in. I mean, they're only 30-year-old, for God's sake. There's still another 60 years worth of use out of them. Yeah, celery sticks, that's right. That's what we call them. You'll know what I mean when you see them. You'll say, oh, that looks like a celery stick.
Just don't eat them.
Oh dear. Excuse me.